back 30 years when we think about leadership, again, you could see some things that are very relevant, right? Being able to set a vision, being able to execute on that vision, being able to put together an effective team, being able to delegate, like those things have always been very, very important. Listening, communication, right? Things of that nature. I'd say a lot of the new things that have emerged lately are around emotional intelligence, well-being, employee experience, some of the more human attributes inside of our organizations. I'd say that's a relatively new phenomenon when we look at the history of leadership. These are becoming very mainstream things now, and I think the pandemic has really pushed those things into the mainstream conversation. So looking 30 years from now, I suppose you can imagine different scenarios coming up. One, which could be potentially not a great scenario, is we revert back, right? I've heard some people argue that we've gotten too much. The pendulum has swung too much in the direction of talking about emotions and feelings and well-being. And maybe the pendulum is going to swing back to the old ways of doing things, where it's kind of just like, do your job, keep things to yourself. Like, you're here because you're supposed to work. You're not here because of those other types of, we don't care about your feelings kind of thing. So that's certainly an option, certainly a possibility. I don't think it's a very likely one. And I think the other option is that we start to see more of these conversations becoming more mainstream. So if you look at the conversations we're having today about mental health and well-being and emotional intelligence, I mean, imagine the things that technology will be able to do for you in 30 years. Imagine being able to have a smart assistant in your ear that can help guide you on the conversations that you should be having with your people, the things that you should be saying, where it can read your emotions and tell you when you need to take a break, where it can read the emotions of other people and help you craft a message that's best suited to, the tone of the room. Something that can tell you, maybe you have like these rejuvenation pods that you go to that can, using science and data and analytics will give you the nutrients, the sun, the vitamins that you need to feel more refreshed and be able to be more productive and engaged. So we can certainly take that to the extreme in 30 years. And I'm trying to think if there's a movie out there that's really put that into place. I can't think of one that's really, done anything like that in the sci-fi space, but it's not hard to imagine something like that happening. Or maybe, we just get a little bit more of what we have today, and it's not going to be that different.